Hello, my name is Karen Jones, and I did my first internship when I was getting my BSW back in August of 2015. I did that for a year till May, and it was at the Howard County Office on Aging. I was then asked to apply for a position there as a senior care case manager. So I've been now an employee and doing that current position since May of 2016. It says describe your experience with families. So with my job, a lot of family involvement is with caregiving and having the clients, I have 60 some clients, and having the clients' needs met. So my clients are 65 and older, so some of them have older adults or it's a sandwich generation, and they're doing dual roles and stuff. They're parenting their own children, plus they're taking care of their parents. So families can tend to be they're in a frustrated point, or they're in a scared position of now their loved one has to transition onto an assisted living or nursing home. So basically, families can be scared, nervous. They're worried about financial issues of where they're going to live. So there's a lot involved. Also, they're looking for additional supports and services for their loved one, which can be frustrating when they see that there really isn't that much available and stuff is private pay. So that's where their frustration comes in as well. So the basic structure of my family, I am the youngest of five. I have my brother's the oldest, and I have three sisters. My parents were married, and my father passed away 2 years ago. So they were still married for over 53 years. Um, we have a loving home, but yet we never said it. We didn't tell each other we love you, but we would be there for each other at any cost. We are still close today. My family, we get together all holidays, whatever events, stuff for my nieces, stuff for my daughter. So we're very close. We live amongst three states of Virginia, Maryland, and New Jersey. So sometimes there's travel and stuff, but we are still a close family. I guess one of the roles that I would play with my family was I tend to believe that I'm the voice of reasoning when, families have their little issues here and there, and then I kind of will explain or will be the one that will say, hey, listen, do you really mean this? Or does this really mean that? Because it's coming across this way, as opposed to some of my siblings that just won't talk about it. They won't argue about it, but they just won't talk about it anymore. They won't bring it up. And it's kind of like an elephant that's lingered in the room for a while. So I will say I communicate the most. I try to reason. I try to talk things out. I also was a long distance care giver, so to speak, over the phone. I arranged most of the stuff for my grandfather. He was living in his home, and we had somebody move in and stay with him 24/7, as opposed to him transitioning to a facility. He wasn't able to go to any of my family members' houses because they all had numerous steps to get into the home and inside the home, and he wasn't able to manage steps. So I, did a lot of arrangements with agencies and things and stuff long distance, and found alternatives and resources. So I believe that can help the families that I'm dealing with now, is because I personally had the experience. I know what they're going through. I saw what my mom was going through because she was the primary caregiver on hands there. So I can relate. Also, with the experience of my family being a large family, I see how there's many different opinions, many different ways that people would solve or try to resolve situations. And then I see that there's those that, shut down and don't say anything. But then all of a sudden, when their voice comes out, they want it, different than what was going on or what was planned. So, coming from a large family, I do have that experience of dealing with families where there are all multiple individuals involved, and everybody, has wants it their way, so to speak, or thinks their plan is the best plan or would be the best for the client or whatever. So I can see where there's a little bit of turmoil and stuff. And I don't really have any burning questions regarding this course, but I am interested in this course because I do love working with families. I do love seeing when I can bring them together as opposed to them going in opposite directions of each other and disagreeing. And when you have that common ground, I feel that that's where families can really show their strength and their love and acceptance. And so that's why I really enjoy working with the families of my clients. So I'm looking forward to this course and the semester with everybody. And thank you and have a good day.